He was getting congratulated on his amazing work. He's going to be nominated for a DMV Press Award. I'm a little surprised because how is he going to get an award for the nothing burger that was the Impaler storyline when they still haven't even caught the Impaler? What's up, fellow Beyond the Gates fans? Oh, happy Friday. Here to cover today's Friday episode with a quick recap and review of the show. We at least had a cliffhanger. I don't know if that means a certain storyline will finally move. I doubt it, but I hope so. But let me go into my notes and talk about today's episode. We'll start with Naomi and Jacob. They're still discussing Naomi finally telling Jacob about her having the BRCA gene, and he talked about how she gave him a lot to think about. Naomi wants his real feelings about how he feels about everything, and Jacob just wants her to be happy and healthy and wants to stand by her side and wants her to be able to stand by his side for as long as possible because they love each other. And I mean, I get it. This is Jacob's wife. He should love her and obviously want her to be okay. I still think that if they were going to have Naomi keep this secret for 6 months, it really gave us zero drama. And that is something this show has done a lot with almost every single storyline where they seem like they're allergic to drama. I feel like I've been talking about this all year in 2026 and how season 1 just had so much better drama. But so far in 2026, in season 2, we seem like the show's allergic to drama. Anyway, Jacob reminded her that she needs to get to the deposition going on with Madison today. Meanwhile, June was finally on today for the first time in weeks, as Smitty and I guess the editor of his paper were together. He was getting congratulated on his amazing work. He's going to be nominated for a DMV Press Award. I'm a little surprised because how is he going to get an award for the nothing burger that was the Impaler storyline when they still haven't even caught the Impaler? But I guess, they put an end to the blood plasma being stolen from the hospital. Jacob ended up running into Smitty, still upset about them not finding the Impaler and how Derek died because of it. They rediscussed the case, but it's not like they have any new info whatsoever, so Jacob's still lost in the sauce as far as the Impaler storyline goes, and I don't even know if most of us care about the Impaler storyline anymore because it's Joey's sister who has appeared twice and is gone again. June talked to Smitty afterwards. She wants to do stuff with the kids this summer, especially Tyrell, since Tyrell is done with high school. June did learn about Tyrell getting a J tattoo. And much like me, June is pretty sure the J is not for June, it is for Jessica. And she said if Smitty believes that, she has some land to sell him. Tyrell and Samantha ended up stopping by after Smitty left. Tyrell had a gift for June. Tyrell got her a present, and she had to let him know that she also learned about the J tattoo. She says it's fine by her for who it really stands for. Tyrell acted coy, but I also think the tattoo is for Jessica. But Tyrell's gift to June was a graduation picture of himself. June got emotional. It was happy tears because she never imagined after giving them up that she would get to be a part of their graduation. But here she is. So a touching episode for June today. Izaiah started today's episode with some dancing to some music. Eva came out of the bathroom after a shower dancing as well, so they ended up dancing together. She's getting stir crazy though, stuck in the house as she recovers, even though they've been reading books and having kissing sessions and binging TV shows, but Eva needs more. She wanted to go out for a walk. At first, Izaiah said no. The doctor said that Eva needed rest, so he was against it, but he eventually gave in as long as he's able to set the path and the speed. He talked about how almost losing the woman that was the best thing that ever happened to him makes him feel overprotective of Eva now. And I think they've done a much better job with Izaiah and Eva these past few months. I think we can really see how much Izaiah cares about Eva, and I do think that's a good thing. They came back, and Eva said it felt good to be outside. Jacob ended up stopping by, brought Eva some cornbread. Eva was so excited that she said maybe she's with the wrong hawthorn. Jacob joked, "Don't let Naomi hear that." Izaiah joked, "Don't let him hear that." But Jacob was just happy for his brother here, which I actually thought it was good scenes. All of the Izaiah and Eva scenes today, not the most entertaining necessarily or dramatic, but I thought they had good scenes with each other. And then with Jacob coming over with some brotherly love for Izaiah, and Jacob is just happy that Izaiah has found his person like Jacob has with Naomi, although Jacob and Naomi have problems that they never actually deal with, unlike Izaiah and Eva. Though I guess you could say that Izaiah and Eva are still in the honeymoon phase. Darlene and Leslie had a run-in. Darlene tried to leave before Leslie spotted her, but she was not able to do so. Leslie stopped her from going, and Leslie said she doesn't want conflict today. She will be on her best behavior. Darlene wondered what Leslie wanted. Leslie said that she does need something, and that something turned out to be her recipe for her baked potato soup that Leslie actually liked and wants the recipe for. I guess for Leslie and Darlene today, even though Darlene said herself today that she doesn't like Leslie, they were both trying to find common ground because they're kind of stuck with each other because their kids are in love. And Eva and Izaiah definitely do seem in love. Dani arrived at the hospital today. In yesterday's episode, she said she was going to go see someone who understands. We all speculated it's probably Bill because Dani can't stay away from Bill. Luckily, it was Ashley. Well, I don't know if that's luckily, but it wasn't Bill for Dani to be an idiot running back to Bill, but it was Ashley. So we did have Ashley today. But it wasn't Ashley in a romantic storyline, which I think never goes well for us as viewers. I didn't hate the scenes with Dani and Ashley today. It's just that, Dani learned that Naomi had the BRCA gene and that Ashley is known for months. But Dani is not mad at Ashley. She is just hurt that Naomi couldn't share it with her. But she said that Ashley did her job as a friend and is grateful that Naomi had her to rely on. And Dani should be grateful because, as I always say these days, Ashley seems to be Naomi's soulmate. They are hoping, though, that Naomi told Jacob this information because Naomi still hadn't told her when she talked to Dani. They also discussed how Naomi handles things like this, and Dani really, really wants to tell Bill about what's going on with Naomi, but Ashley told her that that's Naomi's story to tell. Dani agreed that's what Naomi said, although when Dani was leaving, it looked like she wanted to call Bill. She did not give in to her usual, let me be around Bill today. She did not end up calling him. Bill and Hayley and Caroline were discussing Madison's case, getting ready for today's deposition, when old Mike arrived, who was still confident that he could win today's case and is ready for the day in court. Madison and Naomi eventually arrived, and Naomi and Bill tried to help Madison on how she should answer questions today. Before the deposition began, Hayley told Bill to kick Mike's misogynistic ass, and then Mike came back ready to start questioning Madison. I mean, I will say, since we can't get a courtroom, at least they tried their best to make today's deposition dramatic. Because like I said at the beginning of this video, the show lately is very allergic to drama. Like, even Naomi keeping that secret forever led to no real drama. So I am at least glad that if we got this deposition, it was on camera. I feel like they did a good job of making it intense with Mike today. But Mike questioned Madison about her mom's blog and how it's on holistic treatment, and how Madison said she stopped reading it a while ago, but that Madison was aware of her mom mentioning her in posts, and Madison didn't like that. She said she firmly disagreed with it and asked her mom to stop, but as Mike questioned her, he found out that, of course, she never sent her own mother a cease and desist, and that she never got it in writing. She only asked her mom to stop in person. Mike said that Madison went along with her mom's claims, which is starting to piss Bill off for badgering the witness. Then we didn't get to see the evidence, of course, but there was a video of the woman who, I guess, treated her son's illness with ginger and garlic thanks to a blog post in her mother's blog. The problem with this storyline is, though, even though they made the deposition dramatic today, it's so impossible to be invested in it because we've still never met Madison's mother, and we don't know who this woman is that is suing, and Madison's only on maybe once every 2 to 3 weeks. And so, like, how are we supposed to be invested in this storyline when so much of it takes place off camera and two people involved, Madison's mom and the woman suing, aren't on? This is what the show's been doing for too long now. Ever since Tracy Thompson became co-head writer, so many things happen off camera, not enough that we can see with our own eyes. But Bill said that the child was never Madison's patient, and Bill said this is a cash grab, which is why they are going after Madison and an insurance company and not Madison's mom. They took a break when Bill was getting more upset, and he said everything was under control, but nothing was under control because when they came back, Bill was struggling after the break, trying to ask Madison questions, stumbling over his words like I do sometimes during these reviews. But he said he was fine. But then as he went along, clearly he was getting worse and worse, not knowing what he was saying the wrong word, apologizing for what he was doing. Even Mike started being freaked out and said it's fine if they adjourn. Mike left. They stopped the recording. Naomi asked if Bill was having another stroke. At least Madison's there, his once doctor, to help him. But that was our cliffhanger for today, making us believe that maybe they are moving the Hayley poisoning Bill storyline along. You know, Hayley was acting like the loving wife at the end of this episode, tending to Bill, hoping it's not another stroke. In the preview, though, we see that she's hoping that this is the end of Bill. So that was our Friday. We had a cliffhanger. I don't necessarily believe that they're going to move the Bill and Hayley story along quickly at all. The preview next week, it looked alright. I've read some spoilers that at least make it seem better than the video preview that they gave us today. Hopefully it's better than this past week. I think this was an extremely boring week back after the show was off for a week, so that didn't help. So, hoping for a better week next week. I will be here Sunday with a preview for next week's episodes and reading some of your comments like always. So let me know your thoughts in the comments on this week's episodes.